Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
Wow, there's quite a bit to get through, but today, or right now, just for this brief episode, I just want to talk about a couple of things. Uh, One, I'd seen this article. I failed to mention it earlier. I really should have. And there was another thing that I've been waiting for, and it still hasn't been finalized yet, so I haven't spoken about it as yet, but I do want to mention it in this episode here. So the first thing is a big congratulations to Dr. William Bay. Now, as some people might remember, I did do an episode with Dr. William Bay, an interview with Dr. William Bay. Uh, it was a year ago, I believe it was, and I'll put up a link for that. You'll be able to have a listen to it. Actually, I'll bring up this article just so we can go through it together. This episode here will be on Spotify and YouTube, so you can just listen to it on Spotify if you want to, and Apple Podcasts as well. But I thought it's worthwhile mentioning about what's happened with Dr. William Bay, because obviously people are still fighting for their rights when it comes to the mandate. What the world, what was forced upon the world, in people's rights being taken away. I find it personally, I find it very. Sometimes I get a bit emotional about it because of I think everything that I went through at the time. And it's just it really irks me. But it's great to see that people are still pushing back, still fighting back, having a win, and that's what's happened with Dr. Bay. So let's get into this article about what's happened with him. So here it is today. Now there was not a lot of coverage about this, funny enough. I didn't see. I only saw these stories on some very on some local reports. There was nothing that was coming out on all mainstream media here in Australia. So this one here was cairnsnews.org. Welcome back, Dr. William Bay. AHPRA loses in Supreme Court. So, suspended junior doctor William Billy Bay, founder of Queensland Peoples Protest that advocated for informed consent and freedom of speech in Australia, has won his Supreme Court case against the Australian Health Practitioners Agency. It might be difficult to characterise the conduct of the board and AHPRA as anything less than profoundly unsatisfactory, Justice Bradley said in a sharp rebuke of the defendants. He criticised the regulators for their animus and combative approach toward Dr. Bay, highlighting their inability to prove that he had breached any relevant laws or guidelines. As a result, AHPRA and the board were ordered to cover the legal costs. That's wow. The legal costs, and not only lift his suspension today, but retrograde from the date of his suspension. So this all happened or this report came out in December. The case is significant in that it is the only Supreme Court action to overturn a medical established action in relation to the COVID-19 global psychological operation in Australia, which required a lockdown approach to imposing a totalitarian and fascist medical regime under the guise of confronting an alleged global pandemic. Now, alleged. I do believe it was a pandemic, and it was global. I don't know about it was alleged. I mean, I think there's a lot of things in it that you could say were a bit dubious allegations. However, I think the pandemic itself was real. I think it was man-made, created in a lab, and set out there on purpose, but it was still a pandemic nonetheless. A pandemic, what I refer to it as. Dr. Bay's medical license had been suspended by AHPRA since August 17th, 2022, for allegedly endangering public safety by speaking out against COVID-19 vaccine mandates. His win on Friday is a landmark Supreme Court case against AHPRA because it upheld freedom of speech by doctors and the doctor-patient relationship. Before his suspension, Dr. Bay worked as a GP registrar, non-partner doctor in North Brisbane, and as a medical administrator at Princess Alexandra Hospital. Earlier roles include English editor for the Korean government and visiting professor of English. An award-winning chess player, cellist, and Bitcoin trader, Dr. Bay practiced Vipassana meditation and lived as a monk before embracing Christianity in 2022. He describes himself as a patriotic, uncensored Christian Australian, unafraid of controversy. Controversy. Can I speak today or what? In an interview with UK dissident Dr. Ahmed Malik, Dr. Bay said the court case marked a significant victory against what he called the kangaroo court of medical regulators. 2022, Bay disrupted the Australian Medical Association and national conference with a live stream protest, accusing then Chief Medical Officer Paul Kelly of misleading the public and manipulating doctors. Look, I just, like I said, I've got the interview there that I did with him. It was a great discussion we had with him, and my hat off to anyone fighting back who's gone through with that with the fight, who has the tenacity to keep pushing back. It helps when you know you're on the side of righteousness and you're fighting for justice because you know you have been wronged. Okay. And now there was something else that I wanted to let you know. There's something else, another court case that's been happening, well, a QCAT matter that's been going on, and it's regarding some police officers, Queensland police officers, who were dismissed, sacked. One of them was sacked. It was 2021. So they've been going through a QCAT hearing. Okay. Now, it's still been delayed at the moment. I'm still waiting. I haven't spoken about it because I was waiting on further details to see how the case was going. But I just wanted to let you know that this is still going on. We still have former Queensland Police Service officers who are still fighting back, pushing back against the mandates that, former police commissioner Katarina Carroll, don't even like saying her name, and that other Mark Ryan. I really don't like saying his name. The mandates that they brought in, Mark Ryan, if we lose all these police officers, no worries, we'll just get more. Who cares? Because he did not value, did not respect police with experience. He just thought, nah, who cares? We'll just get new ones. It's easy peasy. He was a clown, still is a clown. Unfortunately, he's voted him in still. I don't know how that, he's not police minister anymore. Thank the good Lord for that. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that that is still in action. These police officers are still fighting for justice. These former police officers still fighting for justice. These things are still going on. I just wanted to let you know all these things are happening because, and if there's anyone else out there who is still pushing back, still going through a court process or some trying to find justice for the great injustice that was done because of the pandemic that was imposed upon us, let me know. Give me a shout out. Send me an email. My email's there in the description for the podcast or up on YouTube. Let me know and I'll discuss it if we can. Just want to let you know, congratulations to Dr. William Bay. It's awesome to see you had the victory. I'm glad to see that you're able to practice again, and all the best. My name is Jay Fallon. I'm going to do another podcast later today. This is just a quick shout out for those couple of things. My name is Jay Fallon. Thanks for listening to The Slippery Slope.
They just fuel a desire that will take